Your heart is pounding so hard, it feels like it's trying to break through your chest. Each beat is a frantic drum against your ribs. Your breath is shallow, rapid, desperate. You can't get enough air. And your mind? Your mind is a screaming carousel of catastrophes. What if this happens? What if that goes wrong? What if everything falls apart? What if I can't handle it? What if this never ends? Every thought is spinning faster and faster, blurring together into one massive wave of terror. The certainty that something is horribly wrong. The feeling that you're losing control. The fear that you're going to break. This is panic. Real, overwhelming, crushing panic. And right now, in this moment, you can't think your way out of it. You can't logic your way to calm, because your higher brain has been completely hijacked by fear. You need something else. You need a protocol, a mental fire drill you can run without thinking. A sequence so simple, so clear, so automatic that it works even when your mind is screaming. For the next 8 minutes, I'm going to give you that protocol. A 60-second Stoic emergency drill that stops panic in its tracks. 3 phases, 20 seconds each, 60 seconds total. That's all it takes to shift from drowning to breathing. This isn't theory. This is a tactical sequence forged in ancient Stoic philosophy and backed by modern neuroscience. It saved countless people in their worst moments, and it will save you too. Stay until the end, because I'm going to walk you through this drill in real time. We're going to practice together so your brain knows exactly what to do when panic hits. Channel is Mind Armor, and this is your 60-second lifeline. Let me explain what's actually happening in your brain when panic strikes, because understanding this changes everything. When panic hits, your amygdala takes over. This is the ancient part of your brain designed to keep you alive when a tiger is chasing you. It's your emergency alarm system, your threat detection center. And when it activates, it does something radical. It shuts down your prefrontal cortex. Your prefrontal cortex is the part of your brain that thinks rationally, makes plans, sees perspective, considers consequences. It's your higher brain, your thinking brain. And in a state of panic, it goes completely offline. This is why you can't think straight during panic, why logic doesn't work, why telling yourself to calm down does nothing. Your thinking brain isn't available. It's been hijacked. And here's what makes panic worse. When your prefrontal cortex is offline, your amygdala runs wild. It sees threats everywhere. It catastrophizes. It screams that everything is wrong and nothing is safe. And you believe it, because you can't access the part of your brain that would question those thoughts. So you're trapped in a body flooded with stress hormones, in a mind screaming danger, with no ability to think your way out. This is why most panic advice fails, because it's trying to use the thinking brain to solve the problem. But the thinking brain is offline. You can't think your way out of panic. You need to do something different. You need to bring your prefrontal cortex back online. You need to calm your amygdala. You need to interrupt the panic cycle at a neurological level. And that's exactly what this 60-second protocol does. It uses physical actions and Stoic principles to hack your nervous system, to shift your brain out of panic mode and back into control, not by thinking differently, by acting differently. Let me break down the 3 phases. Phase 1, the anchor. 0 to 20 seconds. Your mission is to stop the neurological hijacking and reclaim your mental ground. Here's exactly what you do. Freeze. Whatever you're doing, stop. Physically halt. Don't continue moving. Don't keep doing whatever you were doing. Stop. Stand still or sit still. Just freeze. Now, ground yourself. Place your hand firmly on your chest. Not gently, firmly. Press your palm against your chest and feel your heartbeat. Feel how fast it's going. Feel how hard it's pounding. Don't try to change it. Don't try to slow it down. Just feel it. Acknowledge the physical reality of what's happening. You're connecting with your body. Now, declare. Say these words out loud if you can. If you can't speak out loud, say them with fierce intensity in your mind. I cannot control this event. I cannot control their actions. I cannot control the final outcome. But I can control my very next breath. I can control my very next response. I can control my choice in this exact moment. That's phase 1. 20 seconds. The anchor. Why does this work? Because you're using the core Stoic principle of the dichotomy of control. This is the foundation of all Stoic philosophy. Some things are in your control, most things are not, and suffering comes from trying to control what you can't control. Epictetus said it simply, some things are up to us, and some things are not up to us. When you're panicking, you're fighting against the uncontrollable. You're trying to control the event that's happening, the person who hurt you, the outcome you're afraid of. And that fight is the panic. That struggle against reality is what's drowning you. The anchor stops the struggle. By declaring out loud what you can't control and what you can control, you're drawing a line. You're saying, everything outside this line is not my responsibility. Everything inside this line is where my power lives. This violently yanks your focus from the chaotic external world back to your sovereign internal space, the only place your power has ever existed. And the physical component, placing your hand on your chest, grounds you in your body. Panic lives in your head, spinning thoughts, catastrophic scenarios. But your body is always in the present moment. When you touch your chest and feel your heartbeat, you're grounding yourself in physical reality. You're saying, I am here. I am in my body. I am present. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system. That's the system that calms you down. It's the opposite of fight or flight. By grounding physically, you're literally beginning to shift your nervous system out of panic mode. The declaration, saying the words out loud, engages your prefrontal cortex. Speaking requires you to access the thinking part of your brain. Even if you're just repeating a script, you're activating higher brain function. And that activation begins to override the amygdala's panic response. So phase 1 works on 3 levels. Philosophical, by clarifying control. Physical, by grounding in the body. Neurological, by activating your thinking brain. Comment below right now, I can control my next breath. Say it. Make that commitment, because this is where your power lives. Phase 2. The zoom out, 20 to 40 seconds. Your mission is to shrink the problem from a catastrophic monster back to its actual size. Here's what you do. Close your eyes. If you can't close them right now, soften your gaze. Look at something neutral, the floor, the wall, something that's not part of the panic.
Now breathe. Take one deep, slow breath, just one. Make the exhale longer than the inhale. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 2, out for 6 counts. 1 breath. This is your reset button. Now zoom out. Ask yourself these questions. Will this specific problem matter in 1 week? Will it matter in 1 year? Will it matter on my last day alive? Imagine seeing your life from above, your city from a satellite view, your entire country, the whole planet, a pale blue dot in infinite space. Your current worry is a tiny speck on that dot, temporary, small, survivable. That's phase 2. 20 seconds, the zoom out. Why does this work? Because panic magnifies. It takes a problem and makes it feel like the end of the world, like everything is collapsing, like this one thing defines your entire existence. Panic collapses your world into a single terrifying point. The zoom out expands it back to reality. It doesn't minimize legitimate concerns, but it reveals that most of what we panic about is temporary and small in the grand scheme of a life. Marcus Aurelius practiced this constantly. He called it the view from above. He would imagine himself rising above Rome, above Italy, above Earth itself, looking down on his problems from cosmic distance. And from that perspective, they looked tiny, manageable, temporary. He wrote, "Asia and Europe are mere dots in the universe. The Atlantic Ocean is just a drop. Mount Athos is a tiny clod. All of present time is a point in eternity." This isn't minimizing your pain. This is seeing it accurately. Most problems that feel enormous are actually small and temporary. The zoom out reveals the truth. And the deep breath serves a specific biological purpose. When you're panicking, your breathing is shallow and rapid. This signals danger to your body. It tells your nervous system we're under threat. Keep the alarm going. One slow, deep breath with a long exhale does the opposite. It signals safety. It tells your nervous system, we're okay, you can calm down now. The long exhale specifically activates the vagus nerve, which is the main nerve of your parasympathetic nervous system. This is a biological override switch for panic. The visualization, imagining Earth from space, forces your brain to think abstractly. Abstract thinking requires your prefrontal cortex, the same part that goes offline during panic. By engaging it with a visualization task, you're bringing it back online. You're also creating psychological distance. When you see your problem from far away, it literally feels smaller, less threatening, more manageable. This isn't delusion, this is accurate perception. Think about something you panicked about a year ago. Can you even remember what it was? Most likely, it's completely irrelevant now. That's the power of perspective. That's what the zoom out gives you. Phase 3, the fuel conversion, 40 to 60 seconds. Your mission is to accept reality and turn panic energy into purposeful action. Here's what you do. Accept. Say the acceptance words. This is my reality right now. I accept it. I don't have to like it, but I accept that it's happening. This is my training ground. Now, redirect. Ask the most important question. What is one single small physical action I can take right now? Not a big action, not solving the entire problem. One tiny step. Stand up. Get water. Write one word. Take 3 steps. Unclench your jaw. One action. That's phase 3. 20 seconds. The fuel conversion.
Why does this work? Because fighting reality is panic. Acceptance is release. When you stop resisting what's already happening, the panic loses half its power. The Stoics practiced amor fati, love of fate. Not just accepting what happens, but embracing it as necessary, as your training ground, as exactly what you need. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "A blazing fire makes flame and brightness out of everything that is thrown into it." The panic you're feeling, the fear, the racing heart, that's energy. Raw, powerful energy flooding your system. Right now, it feels destructive because it has no direction. It's just thrashing around inside you. Phase 3 gives that energy a purpose. It converts it from destructive thrashing into constructive action. You're not fighting the panic, you're using it. You're channeling it into movement. And the action doesn't have to be related to the problem. Stand up. That's enough. Get water. That's enough. The point isn't to fix everything. The point is to prove to yourself that you can act, that you're not paralyzed, that you have agency. Once you take one small action, the next action becomes easier and easier. You're building momentum. You're moving from frozen panic to purposeful response. Neuroscience shows that taking action, any action, reduces anxiety. It gives your brain a sense of control, and control, even small control, is the antidote to panic. Comment below, what's one small action you can take when panic hits? Share it, make it concrete. Now, let me walk you through this drill in real time. We're going to practice together right now. Think of something mildly stressful, not your biggest trauma, just something that causes a little anxiety, a difficult conversation coming up, a deadline, a worry, something real but manageable. Got it? Good. Now run the protocol with me. Phase 1, the anchor. 20 seconds. Put your hand on your chest right now. Actually do it. Feel your heartbeat. Say in your mind, I cannot control how this turns out. I cannot control their reaction. I can control my next breath. I can control my response. Breathe in, hold, breathe out. Phase 2, the zoom out. 20 seconds. Close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take one slow breath, in for 4, hold for 2, out for 6. Now ask, will this matter in 1 year? See yourself from above. Your city, your country, the planet. This problem is a tiny moment in a huge life. Breathe. Phase 3, the fuel conversion. 20 seconds. Say, this is my reality. I accept it. This is where I grow. Now, ask, what's one small action I can take? Stand up, drink water, write one sentence, choose one, do it now if you can. How do you feel? The stressor is still there, but something has shifted. You're not drowning anymore. You've created space. You've moved from reaction to response. This is what the protocol does. It doesn't erase the problem. It changes your relationship to the problem. It puts you back in control. Now, here's what you need to do. Save this protocol. Write it down. Practice it when you're calm. Run through it in the shower, during your commute, while making coffee. Build the neural pathways so it becomes automatic.
Because when real panic hits, when your mind is screaming and your heart is pounding and everything feels like it's falling apart, you won't have time to figure out what to do. You need this sequence to be automatic, muscle memory for your mind. The Stoics practiced daily. They built their mental armor before they needed it. So when crisis came, they were ready. They had trained for this. You need the same preparation. Practice this drill. Make it yours, so when the tsunami of panic hits, you have a lifeline. You have a protocol. You have a way back to yourself. Seneca wrote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Your panic is imagination running wild. This protocol brings you back to reality, to what's actually happening, to what you can actually control, to actions you can actually take. You cannot stop the waves of life, but you can absolutely learn to surf them. This protocol is your board. Right now, commit. Comment below, "I have my lifeline." Make it real. Share this video with someone who struggles with panic, someone who needs this protocol. Be the person who gives them a way out. Subscribe to Mind Armor for more practical Stoic tools, because this is just one technique. There's an entire system for building unshakable mental strength. 3 phases, 60 seconds. Anchor, zoom out, convert. That's your emergency protocol. That's your lifeline. That's how you surf panic instead of drowning in it. Practice it, trust it, use it. It works. I'll see you in the next video. Stay prepared, stay practiced, stay strong.